When I found Kazuki's body, he was wearing the mask. She'd made him wear it as she'd been made to. Even after all the suffering she went through herself, she did it anyway. Can I really forgive her? She so desperately wanted to avoid becoming lost. When I was here last, I saw Tanaka. Heard him call to me. What was it he was trying to say? Was he begging for help or begging me to stay away? This time will be different. It's no longer leading to a shapeless tunnel. Reina is down there. I can feel myself being drawn to her. I'm gonna be honest. I almost gave up on this. Like I was saying, I went and tried to play it this morning, and then the save ended up the game ended up bugging out on me, and I couldn't get back. Realized that everything I'd done up until that point for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes was all gone. I almost, like, I was considering just not finishing up this game anymore. But I'm glad I went back and did it, because I thought about it for, a good portion of the day. Realized I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to see the endings of this game. So, I'm glad I came back. Guess we don't have to do any light puzzles this time. Alright, so when does the spooky stuff start happening again? We have like the confident music going on right now. There's gotta be some spooky stuff, right? I like how it just like dropped us. Alright. Nope. Oh, get down there. Guess going back up isn't really an option, is it? No. Once you get down that flight of stairs, you're going down. Probably past the point of no return a bit ago, though. Alright, so we get an option to make a save, which is good. I'm actually kind of glad I did that other ending first, because all the rest of these I should be able to make from the same save. Sorry, let me scroll back up again. I can do that. Still going to try to go for that cat ending if I can. So, we have... I guess it doesn't matter which one we pick. We can pick one of these, get an ending, or get a couple endings, and then pick the other one. So it doesn't really matter. We'll pick one first. Let's see. We'll make a save right here. See that flickering? Don't like that. Hearing like a heartbeat sound down here. Like the pulse of the dark or something, you know? Kind of expecting to see things in the shadows, you know? Hey, look, a cat statue. Don't need it now, but we'll need it, for that other ending whenever we do it. Actually, look at that. That says Styx, like the river Styx, the river of the dead. Even though this is a sewer. But that's kind of a neat little, I don't know if it's called, I don't know if the river Styx is the river of the dead. I think it's something like that. It's like river in the underworld or something like that, I don't know. But that is kind of a neat little name to slap on there, you know? This is looking remarkably like a sewer and not so much like a passage to the dark, you know? Although, now in the background, instead of pipes, I'm seeing rocks. This whole tunnel's actually turning into a bit more rocky. Like we're going somewhere that nobody's really been to in a long time. That wall texture's interesting. Almost looks a little bit like bones, you know? I think this is it. As I trudged through that oppressive, lonely place, I slowly became aware of someone else. The dark woke up and began to breathe ragged, harsh breaths, and inside of me a dread welled up, threatening to burst out. At once I realized the familiarity of that feeling, and I wasn't surprised at what I found. Reina. Sitting there like a trapped animal, muscles tense like she might spring at any moment. In the dark I wasn't scared of her. She was trapped as I was, just as powerless. We were equals. She rose as she saw me, looking at me with that unnerving, unblinking stare, and wearing the smile that haunted me for so long like a death mask. She was the cause of it all of my suffering. I'd put an end to it, one way or another. You want to talk about this, Reina? Feel like we probably should. Ooh, yeah, that's nice and spooky. Alright, so Become the Mask Bearer had that one ending. Maybe we should do that first, you know? Get the one-off endings get the one-off endings done first. Oh yeah, it's this one, this music. It's like terrifying, like almost grindy music. That's a little bit too loud. Let's turn that down a little. Reina, I need you to listen to me. You? I thought I got rid of you. You should be dead. You can't get rid of me. No matter what we do, we'll keep meeting. Keep fighting each other endlessly until one of us breaks. Then somehow, do it all over again. We're caught in a web, with every path leading back to the center, to the same place. We can't escape it. What are you talking about? I feel strange. Why can't you leave me alone? He said I wasn't meant to. Don't worry, if I'm right, it'll be over soon, I promise. Huh? Why? You gonna try and get revenge? Well, it won't work down here. Too bad for you, Ayami-chan. Petty things like revenge don't matter anymore. Maybe if I didn't know how my story ended, it would. But Reina, even you must realize that this place, the door, the mask, it's all beyond you. Beyond any of us. Didn't you ever ask yourself what it all meant? Sorry, I had to check something really quick. Huh? Well, what do you mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's all pointless. Like me. Mommy said I was special, but she was wrong. I did so many terrible things, and it was my fault, so now I'm being punished for it. That's not true. You're just a girl who got caught up in something bigger than her. Like me. Guess that makes us kindred spirits in a weird way. Jeez, this thing is so loud. I have the volume down so low, and it's still loud. You're not like me. You don't know what I've been through. You're wrong. I do know what happened to you. All of it. I can't deny our lives took different paths. And I can't pretend to understand how you felt, but I do know what happened to you wasn't your fault. None of it. You know, now I'm kind of worried the volume that I'm recording that a little bit too loud. Let's bump that down. Hopefully that'll help. I don't know. Something's different. You changed. Why aren't you mad about Tanaka? I am. I'm mad as hell that he died the way he did. I loved him and he deserved better, but there's nothing I can do. It already happened and there's nothing we could have done to change it. No matter what I do differently, no matter how I try and make things play out, that's how it has to happen. What are you gonna do to me? Do to you? I'm going to give you what you want. What I want? That's right. You want the mask back, right? And you want an end to all of this. I can give you that by helping you find the door. The door? Where I heard Mommy's voice? That's right. Will you let me help you? Okay. Hey, what's wrong? Nothing. Come on, don't be afraid. No, it's a staticky door. Carefully, I placed the mask over Anna's face again, and allowed her to briefly see the dark the way she was meant to see it. Her whole body shook as she walked, as if wearing the mask had brought back the little girl who was abandoned in the forest at the base of Mount Fuji. Eventually, we found the door. Her fear seemed to melt away, and she stood very still in front of it for a long time. As she walked through it, I thought I heard her whisper the words, "I'm sorry. I can't be sure." Slowly, her physical body faded, and her feelings of anguish that permeated and shaped the dark began to fade as well. The dark began to change, slowly as if it had been released and was waking from a long slumber. As it awoke, I could feel it expanding, sending probing fingers into the city streets above. After a time, the mask, now unbound, reappeared. It had come back to me. I didn't have much time to do what I'd come for. I was gonna say, am I supposed to do something? Left unchecked, the dark and whatever it is in it will spill over into our world and destroy the lives of the unassuming people above. I can't help but think of my own normal life, a life that I will now never have the chance to see for myself. Still, I can't let the other people suffer in the same way I suffered, or the way Raina suffered. They deserve a chance at a future, right? There's no one else who can do this for them. It has to be me. I wish I knew why, but maybe it's not important. If only everyone knew what was lurking in the shadows under the surface of the world hidden at the edge of their vision. Would they change willingly if they did? If the kami, or whatever they are, want humankind to change or to perish, are people really capable of becoming anything better than the selfish, flawed creatures they are? Is this worth it? There's only one way to find out. In my mind, I can see it perfectly. The symbol that Chikako Shichijo used to bind herself to the mask, forged in blood. I must do the same. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What are you doing? No, put the knife down! Oh. Well, and you did all that with just one cut? Or, like, were you carving all that? Because that's a lot. It hurts, searing my skin like a brand, calling out for a life to seal my blood to the souls trapped in the mask. Death is the only sufficient payment. I may not have control over my final destination, but I can choose how I get there. I won't sacrifice innocent lives to the mask like those who came before me. There's only one option left to me. What remains of Kazuki Tanaka pulses like a heartbeat from the other side of the door, getting weaker and weaker by the moment. A living memory, his consciousness reflecting off of me like a mirror. I won't leave him there to suffer in purgatory. I'll release him. In doing so, I'll give the mask what it requires. At least, as part of the mask, he'll be whole again. I'll say goodbye to you, Kazuki, and then I'll be able to say goodbye to Iyami Ito. Put on the mask, kid. So here I was, putting on the mask. Doesn't even have like a mouth hole to breathe through. Of course, then again, maybe once you wear the mask, breathing is not necessarily a requirement. Yeah, ooh. Well, let's keep going, I guess. What are we, like, in the dark now? Does seem pretty dark down here. Or maybe that's the door to the dark. Touch the door. That face, though. we in the dark now? Something's changed. Memories of my childhood, feelings I had, my sense of self. Ripped out of me as I entered, fading. I have to focus while I'm still me. There's someone else here. Kazuki, is that you? Stay put, I'll find you. Tanaka? Tanaka, Kazuki, is that you? It's somebody. Kazuki, say something. You can hear me, right? What if Reina was right? What if he's already gone? Oh god. Kazuki, please. Who? Ito? Ayami, why are you here? That doesn't matter. All that matters is I heard you and I'm here now. It's okay. Give it a second. You'll be alright. Ayami, what are you doing here? I don't understand. Kazuki, you never change, do you? You never could let things be, could you? You always had to understand. Reina didn't bring you here. But your hand, there's blood in your glove. That doesn't matter. I came here on my own. I feel strange, Ayami. I know. You've been waiting a long time, haven't you? Yes. I remember hearing your voice. Well, we're a team after all. Partners to the end. Ayami, I can't remember clearly. I have to know what happened that night in the sewer. Why were you there? You got yourself mixed up in something that you shouldn't have, and I showed up ready to save you. But I failed. You died that night, Kazuki. No, that can't be. That's how it is. I know that you felt pulled apart waiting for me here. I'm sorry for letting you suffer like this, Kazuki. Ayami, what are you saying? Kazuki, I missed you. I spent so much time chasing you thinking that there was some land over the rainbow where I could get you back. But you've been gone for a long time. I know it's confusing for you, but you know it too, don't you? I remember after Reina took me into the sewers. It was like I was split in two. Only parts of me came here, the others, I'm not sure. Just listen to me for a sec, alright? My whole life people thought I was strange or thought I wanted more than I was entitled to have. But without hesitating, you always accepted me for who I was. I'm so grateful for the time we had together. I love you. No matter what happens or what I become, I want you to remember that. I know that, Ayami. Why are you telling me all this? Because I don't think there'll be another chance. Because once I do what I came here to do, I don't know that I'll be on the other side, or what'll be on the other side. What are you talking about? I've come to free you. Can't you see it? You're only a fragment of yourself every moment you spend here. A bit more of you is lost. Ayami, I still don't understand it. I guess part of me knew this would happen. As I wandered down here alone, I knew it wouldn't last. But we had our happiness, Ayami. Even if it was only for a little while, we found a deeper connection than most people do in a lifetime. This isn't how I wanted our story to end, but if it has to end this way, I'd rather it be you. Ayami, I don't want to be like this anymore. Everything I know about myself slipping away. I know. I love you, Ayami. I'm ready. I'm sorry. Don't be. We'll see each other again someday. You know, in the dark, up in the sky. I hope so. Ayami, the mask. I can hear the mask. Why? I'm sorry, Kazuki. It's the only way to make you whole. The mask's gonna eat you too. Ayami, what have you done? We had our chance at happiness. This is the only way to give mankind a chance at theirs. Someday I'll give you your peace, I swear. As Kazuki slumps to the ground, I can feel the warmth of his blood on my skin. Slowly he begins to fade away, and as he does, the whispers of the mask grow quiet. The blood goes cold. The mask has a new master. The dark is now mine to control, to stop from drawing in the poor, ignorant people from above. This is my charge. To stand vigilant and give humanity a chance. Whether it deserves it or not. No matter what, I will be here, waiting, trying to forget the life I had, in exchange for the lives I can save. Hey kids, you want some candy? I don't know, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Why don't you come down into my creepy sewer? I'll get you some candy, kids. Ignore the blood stain, the red paint. That's red paint. Nobody died down here, didn't shoot a man and drop him in the sewer. Ooh, that's unsettling. So I guess the idea behind that ending is that we somehow stop the dark from terrorizing the world. I'm assuming it has to do with those earthquakes, and if you remember that the murders continued happening in the ending where we went to jail, or that like the crime rate went up in that one ending that we had where we destroyed the mask. I'm assuming this is supposed to be like that, well, we're going to sacrifice ourselves, but that won't happen anymore, maybe. Or potentially, even more horrifyingly, maybe we didn't do anything to stop it, and it's just going to keep going on, and all we did was kill boyfriend person and then, kill ourselves, basically. Definitely seems like one of the less good endings we could have gotten. Of course, then again, none of the endings we've gotten so far have been particularly good. That's actually one thing that I've heard, is that, generally speaking, none of these endings are very good. So, I guess maybe at this point it'd be like, what's the least bad? And that one ending, at least, we survived. We weren't in jail. The one in jail, I would say, is pretty bad, because we're in jail. We know the bad things that are happening, and we can't do anything to stop it. Or even get away, Well, I guess people... I don't know, Tyra probably comes down and teases her in jail, I don't know. Alright, well, not a good ending. Anyway, let's go back, reload that save, and we're not going to be the mask bearer this time. Let me see really quick what the other options were again. Yeah, see that flickering? It does... I don't know why it does that, but it does a lot of flickering. Okay. So we're going to forget and confront Reina. And then we can choose to save Tanaka or destroy Reina. There's actually 3 endings here, it looks like. So, since we already got through all this, let's just run through it real quick. We'll get there again. Alright, welcome back. So, we're going to forget and confront Reina. So you went anyway, huh? Even though I told you to leave me alone. Why couldn't you just forget and leave me alone? Ah, so that's it. You want to keep hurting me, right? Ha 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 ha. I hate to burst your bubble, but if it's revenge you're after, it won't work. Nope. Can't blow my brains out down here. The dark won't let you. Ah, did I hurt your feelings? Did you bring your little gun all the way down here for nothing? Are you disappointed? I didn't bring it. There's no point. I didn't shoot you when you took Tanaka. And I won't now. Oh yeah, because I didn't pick the shoot her option this time. I picked the run away. I'm sure that dialogue would change slightly if I did, though. Ha! Don't try and trick me. That doesn't mean you don't want to. Ha! After everything I tried, to think that you would be the one to show up here in the end. Funny, isn't it? Isn't it? After all, you were only supposed to be a guest star in my little show. A little temporary addition to liven things up a bit. Then you kept showing up uninvited, digging up every sharp thing you can find to poke me with. Now I can't get rid of you, see? It is funny, right? No matter what we do, we're forced together again. We ought to make the best of it. You're right. We can't avoid each other forever. Fate's forced us together, so all we can do is see it through to the end. Even when I saw you in the forest, you were down here, weren't you? Where else? Welcome to the end of the line. You didn't even try to go up to the surface again, did you? Here's pathetic. After everything you put me through, you stayed here, hiding from the light. Why would I go back? What would be the point? When I do, I look around and don't even recognize it anymore. The streets are different. The sounds have changed. Everyone I knew and ever cared about is gone. You don't know what it's like. Every day the same, and feeling all my old pain again and again and again. People don't change. No matter what, no matter how much time goes, they all still look at me like I'm a flea-bitten dog to be kicked around and ignored. They hate me. In the end, I'll end up back here anyway, so I fight it. At least down here, nothing changes. When I was little, they said everything would be okay if I had the mask. But then Mommy died and the police took it away from me, and nothing's gone right since. No one ever cared about me. The police, the foster homes, the other girls in the agency, they all hated me. They wanted me dead. You're just like the rest of them. Only someday you'll grow old and die, and I'll still be here. Unless you give me that mask. It isn't that simple. Having the mask isn't going to solve your problems. It is that simple. Everyone always tells me it can't be that simple, but why not? None of this would have happened if it weren't for you. If you'd just given it to me in the first place, you could have lived your stupid little fantasy life. Instead, you had to be a hero and get involved in something that was none of your business. Why shouldn't I use it? Are my problems not as important as yours? That's it, isn't it? Everything is about you and making your life happy again. I won't let you be happy, I won't. If you won't help me, then fine. But I'll keep hurting you. And if you think it's bad now, you don't know the half of it. Or you could give it to me and go on pretending to be happy while I find the door again. Again? You've seen it before? I don't know exactly what you think is going to happen when you find it, but everything I've found tells me it's dangerous. No, you're wrong. The door isn't for you. The collector said so. He said if I had the mask, I could find it again. He said if I found the shrine belonging to Koana, that I could find it. So you met him too? Reina, he wasn't trying to help us. He must have been toying with us. Shut up. You don't know anything. He told me the mask would let me see the door again, just like the day Mommy died. When they put the mask on me and I kept my eyes closed like Mommy told me to, even when the people started getting sick and crying. Then I saw it, the door, even with my eyes still closed. When I looked at it, I heard Mommy's voice and knew if I found it, everything would be okay. I opened my eyes and it was gone. They took the mask and I saw Mommy on the ground. She wasn't moving anymore, like a doll. It was all my fault. It must have been. I did something wrong. But he told me if I found the mask, I could make it right again. Now I'm being punished for being a big screw-up, for not being pure like they told me to be. Except people like Higashi. They shouldn't have hurt me. They should have left me alone. I had to punish them. I just want to stop them from hurting me. That doesn't make me bad, right? You understand, don't you? Understand? You chose to hurt people. You slit Tanaka's throat. You tried to kill me. You wanted to hurt that Koana girl the first time I laid eyes on you. When Tanaka was chasing you, he was chasing after the blood trail you left behind. You can act as innocent as you want, but that doesn't change what you've done. You dragged me and Tanaka into your little personal hell. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that it's all I have left. And if I can't find him down here, then it was all for nothing. I didn't want to hurt him. It was the only way to bring him here. The same way I was brought here. The only way? Look at me, Reina. I'm down here. You can see me, right? Did you have to slit my throat? I'm sorry. No, you don't get to apologize. Not now. Tanaka deserved better than this. Where is he? You brought him down here, so tell me what you know. I don't know where he is. What do you mean you don't know? I can't play your games anymore, Reina. I've had enough. Maybe I don't get exactly what's happening, but everything in my life has gone to hell since you came into it. Stop, please. Why isn't he with you now? Nothing's gone the way I thought it would. When I went back to Shinjuku, I remembered how I ended up in the dark. I knew what I had to do so Tanaka could be with me. Only the mask wasn't awake. It wasn't loud like in Kamakura, so I made you come into the tunnel with me and Tanaka so it could wake up. Then I slit his throat and went back to the dark and I waited. Tanaka woke up down there too, but the mask was gone. He was alive? He was like me. Or I thought he was. At first he seemed okay, but then he started wandering around, staring into space and talking to people who weren't there. Poor Tanaka. I think I broke him, Ayami-chan. So he was down here. Tell me where he is. Heh, you don't get it, do you? I don't know where he is, and I don't care. Tanaka abandoned me. Even when he was here, he kept mumbling on and on about how he was going to help you. He gave you something, didn't he? That traitor. How else would you be able to keep finding me? He even said he saw the door, but he didn't take me there. I hate him. Why did he leave me? To think Tanaka would help a stupid little girl like me. It was dumb to try and bring him here. The collector said I'd find the door of the mask. I just didn't want to be alone is all. Now that you're here, so I guess the mask is due. I didn't need him after all. He's gone. You're wrong. I can feel him somewhere here. He's waiting for me. You can? Maybe he's at the door. Take me there, don't leave me. The mask opened the dark. It took me straight to Reina. And now that I'm here, I can feel it, pulsing like a heartbeat. The door. The ignoble place where chance and fate have no importance. That's where Kazuki is. And I understand now what will happen if I bring Reina through it. She will cease to be. It will tear her limb from limb. There's no other way to make sure she'll never hurt anyone again. Her extermination would finally give me closure for what she's put me through. But if I did that, the dark would change shape again, and any hope I have of finding Kazuki would be lost. Whatever is left of him would be trapped here waiting for me. There's no time left. I have to choose. Yeah, screw that Reina chick. You've ruined so many lives and caused so much suffering. If I let you go, the whole cycle will only start over again for someone else. What are you saying? I'm not bad. All I wanted was to be normal. For people like me. Everyone betrayed me. They used me. I did what I had to survive. I know I screwed up, but it wasn't all my fault. It wasn't. You really believe that, don't you? What happened to you? I can't take that pain away from you. No one could. It's what you chose to do with that pain. Kill people. Destroy lives. That was your choice. That's what I can't forgive. Maybe once there was something worth saving in you. You're not a girl anymore. Only the husk of one. No, that's not true. Tanaka wanted to help me. He wouldn't want this. What would you know? I loved him. You didn't even know who he was. You brought him here, then you abandoned him because that's all you can do. You move through whatever it is your existence is and leave bodies in your wake. You don't even care, do you? No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, Ayami. You have to listen to me. I'm so sorry, Kazuki. I'm sorry I let her take you here, and I'm sorry you're alone. Yeah, rip her by the hair. Suck it, stupid girl. You want to see that door so badly? I'll take you there myself. I'll give you the same chance you gave him. No, you can't do this. Wait. I'm sorry. You have to help me. Please, Ayami, please. I don't want to hurt anyone. Stop, please. I don't care what you want, Reina. This is what you deserve. This is all I can do to make it stop. No, stop. Please don't do this to me. Please stop. Mommy, help me. Anyone. Please. No, please. I'll do anything. Not like this, Ayami. Don't leave me like this. Guess we found the door after all. Raina had ceased to be a girl long ago. The shell of the girl in front of me, unaware that her mind had rotted away. She resisted, lashing out and biting like a rabid animal, trying to find something else to sink her claws into. I would make sure she couldn't hurt anyone again. Without Raina, I doubt I could have found the door, but with her in my grip, the mask pulsed and guided me there, as if it wanted her gone from the world as much as I did. When it appeared, she grew quiet, as if the piece of her that was human awoke, and recognized what punishment was in store for her. She began to beg, to plead with me to let her go. As she opened her mouth to squeak out some final plea, I threw her in. Her screams violently pierced the silence, then quickly turned to nothing just as quickly. If I felt any sympathy, it died with her. I felt nothing, only that I'd rid the world of something that didn't belong. The dark remained, even after it destroyed her, but became thicker, agitated, and expansive like it was growing. For what felt like days, I became lost in the inky shadows, the light retreating from me at every step. In the darkness, I swore I could still see Raina's unhinged smile. Even after I emerged, I could still see it behind my closed eyelids. Raina was gone, but the mask didn't quiet after her destruction. If anything, it grew more restless. I threw it into the sea near Kamakura, but just like the Koana woman told me it would, it found me several months later. As if it were meant for me. Raina took the other things into oblivion with her. Memories of a man called Kazuki, of a love we once shared, of something she did to him. In my apartment there were pictures that I knew were him, but all I saw were the face of a stranger. I left that place soon after I returned, unable to find any peace there. Some nights I wake up shaking, remembering a search for something and seeing that unfamiliar face sadly looking back at me from the dark corners of my dreams. On those nights I find myself gripping the mask, listening to its whispers. Maybe it can tell me what I'm looking for, what it all means. Raina never understood what the whispers were saying, but I can hear them just fine. I know what I have to do. Well, we got our revenge. But obviously I don't think that really solved anything at all. We're basically having the first ending again, only this time we can't get rid of the mask. Alright, well, I think we can knock out these last two pretty quick. It looks like, we probably, I don't know for sure, but we probably won't have a ton more talking after this. I'll just have to, click the text through and get to that decision again, and then make the other decision, so probably not too much longer. See you guys in just a bit.